Hey guys, so this week we are going to talk about frustrations, okay? Because it's bound to happen. When you start building your business, you are going to feel frustrated. So let's talk a little bit about the origins of frustration, right? There are two different types. One is an external source. So the external source are situations and factors that are outside of your control. That's something that's preventing you from achieving the goal that you had set for yourself. You know, for example, like traffic jams, or when there's an unexpected obstacle of some sort from work, or some technical difficulties or anything like that. Those external sources, they can cause you frustration and those negative emotions that come with that. So you finally are sitting down and you're ready to work your business and you are like all excited, and then some technology doesn't work, right? Okay, that's one of the things. But then there's also the internal sources of frustration, and those are more of personal limitations, personal limitations and internal conflicts that you may be having, and that may be preventing you from reaching your goal. So examples of that would be a lack of skills, a lack of resources, your personal fears, self-imposed limitations, kind of like what you have going on in your inner paradigm, the self-talk that you're having, the encouragement that you're doing for yourself or in your environment, right? Those things are origins of frustration. So when you are feeling frustrated, obviously you are not in a good state. You're not in an attractive state, right? And when you build your business and your life, frustrations are just part of the game. And what I want you guys to think about today is that when you feel frustrated, more often than not, right, you need to identify what are the sources of this frustration. Is it an external or is it an internal? That is the first thought that you're going to have to ask yourself. External or internal? Okay? Is there something that I can prevent those frustrations from coming up to? Like, let's say you are sitting down to work, your children come in all the time, right, and interrupt you all the time. That is an external source of frustration. I have to tell you myself, this is what's been my biggest challenge of being somebody who's building my business by myself, for myself, with myself. Like my children are part of my life, and there's not many people who are part of that support system, right? So they are the ones who cause me a lot of frustration in interrupting, and I think I'm not the only one who's experiencing that. But that is an external source of frustration. So that is something that can have a solution to, okay? So here's what I did to overcome that. In that situation where my kids would always interrupt me, I would now identify that source of frustration, and then I would find a solution for it. So I would say, hey, listen, I'm going to be working for half an hour, you get to watch TV at that time. Or I'm going to be working for half an hour, you get to go play outside, or you get to go do this or something. And I would try to find an activity, and it depends a little bit on the age of your child, but I would find an activity that they would be occupied with, okay? Now, if you have support, like a grandparent or something, go ahead and use that support. But that's an external frustration that can require and get fixed by a solution. If you have an internal source, like the personal limitations, the internal conflicts, from reaching your goals or anything like that, or lack of skills or resources, then that's a whole different ballgame, and you gotta find a solution to that. But you have to fix that feeling of frustration one way or another, and it starts by clarity. It starts by becoming aware. Where is the source of your frustration? So do that homework today. Where is the source of your frustration?